I know some of you probably have children, and if your kids are always coming to you saying, "Hey, I want this, I want that," they're always coming with "I want" or "I need this." It blesses your heart when they come and they maybe, give you a compliment, or they do something without you asking, or bring you something, or do something special to show you how much you mean to them, to show their gratitude for what you do. And so make sure that you're entering into God's presence with praise and thanksgiving, thanking Him for what He's done for you. Make sure that you're getting in God's presence. And I know some of you are like, okay, Chiquita, you get all spiritual, but it's the truth. Anytime that I've made any major decisions in my life, it's always been me taking out time to get it. Truly, I mean, I get in God's presence frequently. I mean, that's a part of my everyday life, my lifestyle. But let me tell you, over the years, when I've had some really tough decisions to make and things are, kind of hectic, I always gained a peace when I got in His presence. And you may wonder, like, how do I get in God's presence? Well, the very first way is to pray, is to make sure you're going into His presence through prayer, to make sure that you're taking time to really submit to God. And when you go into prayer and praying to God, and that should really be a daily part of your life, you want to also make sure that you are going into His presence with praise. I know some of you probably have children, and if your kids are always coming to you saying, "Hey, I want this, I want that," they're always coming with "I want" or "I need this." It blesses your heart when they come and they maybe, give you a compliment, or they do something without you asking, or bring you something, or do something special to show you how much you mean to them, to show their gratitude for what you do. And so make sure that you're entering into God's presence with praise and thanksgiving, thanking Him for what He's done for you, thanking Him for, how He's blessed you and kept you from seen and unseen dangers. Many times we look at, maybe it's something that, we can see where God clearly delivered us from something, or clearly saved us from something. But a lot of times you don't realize the things that He saved you from that you never knew were there. You never knew they were gonna fire you, but God turned the hands of the ones that were trying to do what they were trying to do. You never knew that that car accident was for you, but you got delayed for whatever reason before, and not wasn't able to leave on time. And so you wanna make sure that you're going into His presence before prayer with praise. And so making sure that you're praying, making sure that you are praising Him, and making sure that you're worshiping Him. I always like to say it's not just worshiping and, putting your hands up to a slow song, or just in church, but in everything that we do, we should be worshiping God. We should be giving Him glory, honor, and praise in all that He does, in the work that we do. And I'm a stickler for that. I'm a stickler for making sure that everything that I do it in a spirit of excellence, because I'm doing it unto God, and that's a form of worship. So making sure that you're worshiping Him, and then even, a great way to get into His presence is in His word. If you truly want to know and understand the nature of God, get in His word. And you all have heard me. For those of you that have listened to my videos, I have talked about getting in His word. I've talked about getting into a reading plan. I have used this same reading plan for a few years now. If you're interested in it, DM me and I will send you the link to the reading plan that I use. This is actually my fourth year that I'm going through reading through the entire Bible in a more formalized and structured reading plan that works for me. And you may say, "Oh, I don't like reading through the Bible." Well, maybe it's tough for you, or you feel like you don't understand it, but there's so many different translations that you can use. And in addition to that, there's the audio version. So if you're not necessarily reading word for word, you can at least maybe listen to it. Get that word in you. That's the whole point, is to get the word of God in you. As you're getting the word of God in you and you're hearing it over and over and over again, or you're reading it over and over and over again, it's planting seeds in you. So you want to make sure that you're getting in God's presence through, prayer, through praise, through worship, and through His word. Okay. And until next time, be blessed.